Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Who's that girl? I'm that girl, and today I'm going to show you how I get this cute pinky look. And yeah, like a simple, cute get ready with me. So get ready with me. Okay homies, we're gonna do our makeup. February, and it's 8 a.m. Why am I up so early, you ask? Well, I was up earlier. I got up at 4 a.m. because I was teaching a class for VIP Kid. I started teaching for them. So I had 2 classes booked today. One for 5 a.m. and one for 6 a.m. So got up, got ready, did the classes, filmed another video actually, made food. Actually made spaghettis and ganache, how do you pronounce that? You know that word. Made that. Oh my god. Like these, I freaking dropped this palette and I don't know if you could tell, but they cracked. And I put the alcohol thing on it and let it sit, and it worked for some of them, but the green one, I guess I gotta put more because that one keeps falling all over the place. So black. But yeah, I'm just gonna do my makeup. So yeah, that's what I was doing. That's why I'm up so early. And now I'm gonna go meet up with my cousin at her place. Oh wait, actually, we are going to hang out for a bit. And then we're going to this pop-up shop, which I will try and show you some footage here if they let us. What else? Another thing is I'm going to regular work after I hang out with my cousin. Then I'm going to Target. I'm just very busy today. How have you guys been? Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? I saw it. And I really like Shakira and J-Lo's performance. There was nothing cringy about it, so thank God. I'm so over, like, I feel like sometimes the Super Bowl performances can be kind of cringy. Like, I don't remember exactly what Justin Timberlake did, but I remember thinking, that's kind of cringe. Then something with Maroon 5 for like a second, that was kind of cringy. And I'm sure there's others, but I don't know. What else? Oh yeah, and the Grammys came out too. I didn't watch it, but I watched Demi Lovato and Ariana Grande's performance on YouTube, and like that was it. I don't have I guess I don't remember what channel the Grammy showed on, but I guess I could have watched it. But I don't really have cable anymore. We don't really watch TV, because you know how like when you would have the Optimum plan, you would get like all these channels, some like into the hundreds and shit, like, and then you have to pay like all this money. Like, we wouldn't even watch all of that. We would just watch a few. So I told my mom, I was like, girl, we don't even need all this. So we just stopped having those, and we just have like the regular basic channels up to like channel 12, I think. And we just watch it for the news sometimes. But we just have Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, and that's literally, and we have Amazon Prime also, so we just literally watch that. So yeah, so that's what's happening with that. What else? I'm trying to like talk so you guys like are entertained or whatever. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm loving these colors. I'm using the new colors from my Anastasia palettes that I got for Christmas, and they're fucking beautiful. Oh my god, I had jury duty for 2 weeks. Crazy. So now I should be good for the next 8 years. Let me tell you. Okay, so when I was in college, when I was at BMCC first, I got the summons to go to jury duty. And I went to the courthouse. I stood there. They like call your name to the back thing, and then you can tell them why you can't serve. And so back then my reason was because I'm in school, my schedule, right? Because they always call you around like January time, or at least that's when they always called me. So right, so couldn't serve. Now I'm going to put a little bit more white and make kind of like a cut crease and put another color there. So I was like, yeah, at the time I'm in school, so I can't do it. So that was fine. 4 years later, I think it's it was 4 years, I was at the new school. So got another summon thingy. Same process. This time I had to wait 4 hours. And I don't know, like I told them, yes, I'm in school, so I can't whatever. And they didn't tell me to leave right away. Last time they told me to leave right away. But that time they just said, okay, go into the waiting room and wait there. So I was like, the fuck? Okay, so I was literally waiting there. I watched the whole season of She's All That when it first came out. And just chilled there, got food when it was lunchtime. And that, right? Now this time, whatever how many years later, I get another freaking call. And they call me up. And I'm like, Lord people. So I had a feeling, I was like, I feel like they gonna take me now. Like I'm definitely gonna serve now, because all this time I was able to evade them. And now there's no evading, because I'm out of school now, so I ain't got an excuse. I feel like they knew. They freaking knew I was out of school now. Yeah, so I was like, damn, they fucking know. So I go to where I am used to going. I didn't realize that on my summons paper, because on the summons paper it tells you where you need to go. So I didn't realize it was different. It was a different color, so the color means a different location. And I didn't look at the address, because I was just like, yeah, I've done this 2 times. I know I gotta go to this court building. When I get there, the guy's like, oh, you gotta go to the Supreme Court. I was like, the fuck? So it wasn't a big deal. It was just across the street. But so I was like, okay. So I go to Supreme Court and I see that there's a line outside of the building. So I'm like, what the hell? So I'm waiting there to get inside. There's metal detectors, which is like, it's like if you've ever been inside a court building, it's like going to the airport. There's metal detectors. You go through the thing. This scans you. Gotta put your bag in and all that shit, right? So I'm like, what the hell? Why am I in Supreme Court? And then across from the Supreme Court building, it's not across, it's like this the building, and then the other entrance is right here. And that entrance said Family Court. And I was like, oh, hell no. I'm getting picked, and now I'm gonna have some ratchet cases with these freaking people and child custody battles and all this stuff. Like, this is already what I'm thinking, right? So I go over there, I go upstairs. It was hella packed already. It was hella packed. Like, this room is huge. It's like a big ass lecture hall type of situation. And everybody's there. So we're sitting there. The people come pretty fast. You gotta fill out a form. And they give you a video to watch. And then they start talking to you. So after they said their piece about if you can't stay because of whatever, if you're taking care of an older person or if you have kids and whatever, like whatever, it had to be like a good reason, because it couldn't just be your job said, or because of your job status you couldn't participate, because they said they had police officers before and lawyers, so they had like a bunch of people in law enforcement that have done this and they don't get off. They gotta serve. So it didn't matter what you would say, like, you're still gonna serve. So I knew, I was like, okay, I know they're not gonna, I was gonna say, you know, I have a family member that's in law enforcement, so I can't go because my opinion will be biased. But no, it didn't work. They still wanted me. So I knew I was staying there. They call your name to see what cases you're gonna be on. They were like, we're doing 2 groups. There's going to be a group that's going to be 3 months. That means that every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., give or take, unless you have to stay a little bit more. But pretty much 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. For 3 months, you got to go to the courthouse. Can't go to work unless you have like a specific kind of job, but you'll get paid for being there, and then hopefully your job will give you jury duty pay. But most jobs stop paying jury duty after 3 weeks. So if you got picked, your job stopped paying you after 3 weeks, the court pays you, but the court only pays you $40 a day. I don't know about y'all, but renting in New York is expensive. You got transportation. There's no parking down there where the courthouse is at, so it's not like you could just take your car. Like, no, you would have to use transportation. All this shit. Call in the names for the 3 month. I'm like, Lord, please don't fucking pick me. Please don't fucking pick me. They even had like a year, but they weren't calling it for the day I was there, but they've even had like cases like that go up to a year. So I'm like, Lord, please don't fucking pick me. 3 month 1. And then they call those people. Those people go to a separate room. Then they realize, wait a minute. The two people for the 3 month trials can't make it. They can't be here for 3 months. It's not possible for them. So they call 3 more sets of names as the backups. As soon as they're done with the backup names, they call the 2-week names. My name was the first name they called for the 2-week names. I was like, oh my god. The lady sitting next to me was like, if those 3 backup people, if one of them was not here, you were gonna be one of the backup calls for 3 months. And I was like, oh my god. I dodged a flippin' bullet. How it was, if you ever get picked to be in jury duty, is that every day you get around 10, well, for like the whole week, you'll have around 15 to 20 cases. I can't tell you the specific, but I'll tell you, like, generally, we had like murder cases, there was domestic violence, sexual abuse. Those were like the worst, and then everything else was like weapon charges or drug cases. So honestly, the weapon charges and the drug cases were kind of boring, because not boring as like I wanted to hear bad stuff, but the attorney goes in, they present the evidence to you. Most of the time they're just presenting the evidence to you. If there was a case like with domestic abuse or any accidents, then the victim would come and testify, right? Most of the time it was just that. Even the warden was like, you're not really going to get defendants that are going to come and try to like defend themselves. That doesn't really happen. Not a lot. It happens, but not a lot. Why is that we end up getting a case and there was a defendant there? Every time something they said that's not likely to happen, it freaking happened to them. Yeah. So what is a jury? I was picked for the grand jury, which means me and I believe in total 22 people were presented different cases, and then when the attorney presented charges to us, we had to vote. Sometimes you would have to vote on each individual charge, and if you felt that the evidence you were presented matched the charges that were given to you. So the way we reach a vote is by 12 or more. But what, not 12 or more, but like 12. And if for some reason there was a whatever and it would be only 10 people voted. Okay, you can either choose to like talk about it more to try and come to a vote of 12, or you can have a no action, which would be that we could not come to a conclusion with the evidence we were given, so we can't make that decision. And when that happens, the attorney will be like, all right, do you need more evidence? And if there's more evidence that they can present or get, or that the jury has questions about, then they will go and get that more evidence, and then they will come back the next day, or depending on the evidence, they might come back a few hours later. Most of the time the next day. And then the regular stuff, if there's a vote of 12, then you guys vote to indict. And then if no one agrees, or if they all vote to like dismiss the charges, then you dismiss the charges. And indicting for us, since we're the grand jury, all we're saying is that yes, with the evidence that was presented, the charges fit the crime. So that just means that now, well, I thought every case was gonna go to trial if we indict them, but later they said that that's not necessarily the case. So then I guess a judge will just look it over and then decide from there, because we don't decide. Just because you indict somebody, that doesn't mean they're going to jail or wherever they're going. Then after the break, that's when everybody want to freaking come all of a sudden to present their cases. And that's when you don't want it, because you're like, hello, I want to go home. That was my jury duty story and how it is. So if you ever get jury duty, or if you ever wondered how that process goes, that's how it goes. And that's the tea on that. Okay, this is my finished look. Very cutesy, very pinky. Little Y2K action.